What's going on, guys? Welcome to Put the Game On podcast. Brothers, how we doing today? Ralph and Miguel in the studio with me once again. Let's get it. Super wild card weekend was crazy.
Great.
What you guys think about this weekend? Let's talk some football. NFL first.
I mean, honestly, this weekend was amazing. I think we had amazing games. Some upsets, couple upsets happening over there. Definitely a couple of things we didn't expect it. Probably a couple of picks that we had that were wrong.
Yes.
Like definitely very, very wrong.
Yes, we did.
But I mean, we had to do it for the sake of the podcast, not to agree on everything sometimes,
Right.
So somebody has to give it away.
Yeah. Let's break it down right away first. Chargers versus Texans. What did I tell you guys? What did I say?
You didn't believe in the Texans.
What did I say?
You didn't believe
Texans. No, I said Texans. Off camera, maybe. I called the Texans. Destroyed the Chargers 32-12. Let's break this game down. One of you guys go ahead and start it.
Yeah, I'm just initially I'm pretty shocked, honestly. I had the Chargers. I had the Chargers coming in, and then I'm not gonna say CJ Stroud did his thing. I'm gonna say it was definitely a collective effort. I think the team really pulled together because that first half,
Yeah.
it was a lot more even than the second.
Yeah.
So I think everybody played their part. It was hard. It was hard because Houston is one of those teams coming into the playoffs where they're beat up.
Mm-hmm.
They are not 100%.
Yeah, they have none of their star receivers, just Nico Collins.
Exactly. I mean, and so I think this game, gives the audience more about who the Chargers are than who the Texans are. Initial reaction.
Yeah, this game was definitely not what we expected, right? From this Chargers team, especially. Having a good offense all year, good team making plays all year. Herbert came in with 4 interceptions.
More interceptions in one game than he had the whole season.
Yeah, he had 3 all
Probably,
season.
yeah.
He had 3 all season. But Texans' top 3 came to play. I mean, Nico Collins did his thing. Joe Mixon did his thing. CJ Stroud looked good. Not the best, but looked good. But that Texas defense looked scary yesterday. Saturday. They looked dominant. We were talking about earlier, the first half.
The first half was an actual picture of what it was the end of the season for the Texans.
Yes.
Honestly.
But the Texans defense kept them in this game, right? It was 6-0. They got that fumble right away in the first drive of the Texans. And thankfully, the Texans defense held it to a field goal and not a touchdown. Could have been 10-0. It could have been 14-0. It could have been a different looking game, right? We got the 6-0. That's not hard to come back from, right?
Right, but the first few minutes of the game, probably the first and second quarter, was an actual image of what the end of the season for the Texans was. That's what I was telling you on our last episode. It was something about inconsistency, how difficult it was for them to close games, how difficult it was for them to win games.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started watching this game, we weren't expecting nothing from them because they were showing what they were at the end of the season. Nothing. Those first 2 quarters were terrible for them. They were not. CJ Stroud wasn't working, wasn't throwing anything. They were not being receptive. The team wasn't working together.
Yeah.
So I don't know what type of conversation the head coach had on the halftime pause, but that was the best conversation they ever had during the season, honestly.
No, seriously, they came back and destroyed this Chargers team. Again, a team who came in as the favorites with supposedly a better defense, and this Texans, offense should have been able to not do anything. So
Not do the work the same way they did, that's for sure.
So shout out to the Texans, 32-12.
Great
Now,
game. Definitely
that's
great
it. Their playoff run is ending next week against the Chiefs.
I mean, that's one of the things is that bummed me out. Is like, man, this is the team that's going against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like I just think the Chiefs can pick them apart. But hopefully Houston this boosted their morale, kind of gives them that confidence that they needed, that they can go to Arrowhead and actually do it. This is a really big thing for CJ Stroud. Everyone was talking about how he digressed during the season, and if he can keep up that success that he had in year one, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think he beat props again. I know props to CJ Stroud. He beat a better team this time around than he did last year against the Browns.
No, remember last year's Browns were like fire. Joe Flacco was.
Listen, I was all over Joe Flacco, but I mean, I think this Chargers team, if we're looking at CJ Stroud, I mean not CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert and a Harbaugh coach team, I think this Chargers teams could have taken the Browns team last year.
Okay.
I think the Browns, especially Texans, being completely injured with those two receivers out,
Yeah.
this was a bigger step forward for CJ Stroud in the playoffs. So, I mean, hopefully he can. I mean, he had a tough game against the Ravens last year. I think now that he has a little bit more experience, probably he'll do better against Mahomes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And shout out to McConkey. What a season for him.
For a rookie, great
Oh,
rookie
yeah,
year,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Great rookie year.
Great rookie year for him. Definitely something to watch in the next 2-3 years in
Oh,
this
yeah.
league. Definitely.
I think he earned receiver 1 on the Chargers.
Definitely.
That's
I'll
his
see.
100%.
Like,
Yeah.
That's his spot. He built around him and Justin Herbert and get that team going.
I thought the Chargers were gonna come back. Honestly, like when Justin Herbert threw that I think it was like what, a 37 touchdown,
37 yards.
37 yards. yeah, that was him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh god, it's on.
Yeah, that was a
could have
random
probably
comeback.
been a thing, and it would make it way more interesting.
would've
But I
been,
mean,
yeah.
sometimes
Yeah,
it
a lot
just
of
doesn't
these
work.
games are blowouts. It kind of like made the games not as interesting. I would rather have like tighter, like the Bucks game. We'll get to that one, but I wanted more like playoff games, not just blowouts. You know what I mean? But shout out to the Texans again. Let's go. We're in it for one more week.
One more week, and then that's it.
All right,
Like,
another
thank you.
sleeper game. I said we were not gonna watch. At least I didn't really watch the full thing. Ravens against the Steelers. King Henry, Lamar Jackson doing their thing.
I mean, honestly, this was a game where I was expecting the possibility of an upset
Mhm.
because, I mean, the Steelers' defense is not bad at all. They have a very powerful defense. I mean, I have to agree on certain things that Rolf said last week in matters of how Russell Wilson's season was washed up, basically. But I mean, if they actually wanted to show that they could have done it, they could have actually done it. But they had no confidence at all.
Yeah.
Even with Russell Wilson throwing over 200 yards, over 250, if I'm not mistaken, he couldn't show anything. I mean, those throws were like non-existent because none of them show any kind of like insecurity or danger for the Ravens defense. You know, they kept the running game like it was nothing. The running game for the Pittsburgh for the Steelers was nothing. It was basically
Yeah.
under 30 yards.
They couldn't move the ball.
They couldn't move the
couldn't
ball.
do shit.
He was just trying to actually throw the ball out there, see if it catch something, because the running game wasn't capable of anything.
Yeah, Najee Harris and Jalen Warren couldn't do anything.
Nothing at all. And then you have a 29-yard rushing game combined between
Yeah.
the whole team, which is ridiculous, against almost 300 running yards between the whole Ravens organization. You have over almost 80 yards from Lamar Jackson, over 200 yards for Derrick Henry.
Yep.
I mean, Lamar Jackson definitely showed up more paperwork for his MVP situation. So I don't know. I think the Ravens, they're going all the way.
Yeah, this game was really interesting. I mean, I think it confirms Lamar Jackson's MVP run,
Yeah.
but I think it also leaves a big question for the Steelers organization. What's next for them? I mean,
What's next for Mike Tomlin?
what's next for Mike Tomlin? Because what I saw, just no fight. I saw just zero spirit from the Steelers.
Yep.
Absolute zero spirit, and it's really unfortunate. But what's next for Mike Tomlin? What's next for the Steelers? Because they've always been a defensive team. The team just looked deflated. At one point, I was like, put Justin in.
Just put in Fields.
Put in Fields. He'll because everyone is saying like, oh, Mike Tomlin has a Lamar Jackson. He has a mini Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields, right? I don't know how,
baby.
but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if they put in Justin Fields, they wouldn't have scored those touchdowns that Russell Wilson did, because those were dimes.
Yeah.
Those
They
were
they were
perfect throws. But yeah, I think they really got to start reorganizing the Steelers organization. See like, okay, what's next? Because I read somewhere that even the Jags have more playoffs wins than the Steelers in the last 5 years.
Yeah, and you're talking about a guy that has 16 seasons with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Right.
As of today.
Right. I mean, it's a good organization, right? They draft really well. So I think what's going on? Is it the coach?
Yeah, they always have an elite defense. I mean, they've always, always had an elite defense. Mike Tomlin's really good at that. But I've seen a lot of speculation. Should they get rid of Mike Tomlin? Is it time? Is his time done?
It's a possibility of a trade for Tomlin.
I think
Yeah.
it is, honestly.
Like he only takes them so far every year, but that's it.
Right.
That's
The
it.
playoff loss every year when they make it.
Right.
They go nowhere. And
Something that I do want to look up is like how crucial is Mike Tomlin to the success that the Steelers experienced during the regular season?
look it up.
Is it because look it up right now? Is it because of Mike Tomlin, or is he always backed up by like great offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators?
And
or
that is a
something?
good question.
You know,
So I've never been really a Steelers fan, so I've never dove deep into it. So I think I would probably ask the same question, to be honest. You know,
right. My
But-
family is actually a Steelers fan back in the motherland.
Oh,
They love
snap.
Steelers back there.
Damn.
They love them.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
I mean, over there it's the Steelers, Raiders, Packers a lot.
Oh,
Yeah,
Packers.
those three, especially Steelers and Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the Ravens for getting the job done. Again, covering the -9.5 spread, 28-14. Now they got the Bills. But
That's gonna be such a great game.
let's get to
So-
it. Broncos versus the Bills.
Yeah. So honestly, we had this conversation, and I think this is the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Yes.
I think
Ravens
this
against
is the Super
Bills.
Bowl game.
not even the Lions.
I think this is the Super Bowl game. I mean, you have the two MVPs right there fighting against each other.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
So I think over here, depending on how this game finish, we have the Super Bowl champ right there.
That's the real Super Bowl, and it sucks that it's a divisional
It's
round.
a divisional or
It's
whatever
terrible.
game.
Terrible.
It's not enough. Yeah.
It's nothing. All right, so let's hold on that talk. Broncos versus the Bills, 31-7. Absolutely destroyed the Broncos team again. Rookie Bo Nix, inexperience in the playoffs, and I think it showed.
Really, I don't think it did.
I think
honestly.
it showed.
I think he looked very calm.
He looked calm.
He
He
looked
didn't know what to do.
He looked
Yeah,
very
but he-
safe, honestly.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
agree. He did look
But-
safe.
But I think Josh Allen continues to remind us why he's the MVP. This game, he just shined. He carried this team very well, moving the ball down the field consistently the whole game.
Mhm.
You want to know what I saw earlier? Was the Bills had 41 minutes of possession. The Broncos had 18 minutes.
Jesus.
This,
Yeah, that was definitely something.
that's crazy. The Bills had 26 first downs, and the Broncos had 13 first downs.
You think it would have been different with the Bengals?
Oh, yeah. It would have been Bengals would have won that shit.
Oh yeah.
31-7.
I don't know about winning.
We would have had a better game. We would have had
I
a
don't know
better
about
game.
winning for sure. But
Okay, so that's how this stat. Josh Allen is 0-4 in the playoffs against Mahomes and Burrow, but he's 6-0 against everyone else.
Wow.
He would have been 5. He would have been 0-5.
He
this
would-
week.
no, he wouldn't be 1-4. I mean, you have to give it to him. Come on, man. Josh Allen, it's like definitely on a different level. James Cook, I mean, definitely probably one of the most consistent pieces in running game this season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I mean, I think those are the two main pieces that the Buffalo Bills have had this season: Josh Allen, James Cook. It was definitely a test for Bo Nix to show on this playoff game, but I mean, you have to give it to him. He looked very safe. He looked as Rolf said as well, but I mean, he doesn't want to give a bad image as his first game into the playoff
Yeah.
season. I mean, he's a rookie, so he's gonna have time to go through these games. But he wanted to test the waters, see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they'll be back.
this organization looks good. I mean, give
Yeah.
it to him. The Broncos look very nice. They have very young pieces. They have a very young quarterback as well. So in the future, these guys look like they could make it. I don't know if they're gonna make it all the way, but they could look like they can make a lot of playoffs.
we can see him consistently in the
We
playoffs.
can see it consistently on the playoffs on a regular basis.
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree. Yeah, I think Bo Nix has a bright future in the Broncos. I mean, we all saw this coming. I think like the Bills is really, really
That's
tough,
the
right?
Bills. That Bills defense just looks so dominant.
Yeah, it's really and at away as well.
Yeah.
You know, and also he even had a lead at one point. You know, 7-0, right? I mean, that's got to be something, right?
Let's go 7-0.
Bo Nix had a lead. He scored, and it was a great touchdown.
Yeah, that first one that was nice.
It was
I
a
saw
great
it. It was
touchdown. I thought,
43
like,
yards.
oh my God, we're about to see a game.
I really thought so too. Once we got that first, I was like, damn, are the Bills really gonna lose this game? Like to score it in the first drive right away, but
Right.
no, that's all they scored.
That's all they
You
had
know,
up in their pocket.
But shout out to the Broncos. I mean, they finally found their guy. They found their franchise quarterback, and we'll see them in the playoffs. You know, we're gonna see them consistently in the playoffs, at least up there, a top team,
We'll see them
a
next year.
competitive team. We'll see them for
100%.
sure. All right, so then the middle game on Sunday, we had Green Bay versus the Eagles. With the Eagles coming out 22-10. I don't even want to talk about this game, to be honest, man.
The Green Bay Hospital, are you talking about?
Yeah,
Not the Green Bay Packers. That was
was-
the Green Bay Hospital.
literally injury after injury all game
I know
long.
they
man.
they literally got slaughtered.
Literally, like it was awful. 10 to 22. Horrible game though, I think, by both quarterbacks.
I agree.
Both quarterbacks did not show up yesterday. Jordan Love with what he does best, 3 interceptions. But it was a very defensive game, I would say. I don't know if it was super defensive, only because again there wasn't much going on. But after this performance, I don't see any team I don't see either team of these as a threat.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how like towards the end, the Eagles look like a very serious team, but against this Packers team, they really did not look
They didn't look scary.
they didn't look scary. I mean, I don't think they're gonna go much further than this. Um, but as far as Jordan Love, this also raises a lot of questions, especially on Green Bay's end.
Yeah.
You know, Jordan Love, he's getting big money, and he couldn't deliver.
told you
But
la-
but then again, he got injury after injury after injury, and I don't even know if he was playing 100%
Yeah.
because of his elbow. But you could just see the frustration in his demeanor,
The
his
whole
attitude.
organization, honestly.
Yeah,
If you were watching the game, if we were watching the game last night, we know that all the Green Bay Packers organization was having a time last night. They were all frustrated. They were all doing yellow
yeah.
flags all the fucking time because
Yeah.
they were doing all these unnecessary
roughness.
penalties, and
penalties,
everything, yeah.
all these kinds of things. So definitely was a tough game for the Packers. I think it wouldn't be a way more interesting game if everybody was healthy.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah, 100%.
we
We
would
lost
be ta-
everyone, literally.
yeah, we could be talking about a game that it could be 250 for each quarterback, at least 1 or 2 touchdowns each. I mean, Jalen Hurts, even with how a discreet game he had, he threw for 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley went over 100 yards. I mean, they didn't even have to push the accelerator on this game.
Hey,
And they
what-
just made it happen, bro.
What did you need from Saquon yesterday?
It's the fucking touchdown.
Oh man, it was so funny. That last drive, the last minute,
He had to slide.
he slid. He
Took the
slid.
freaking slide.
I saw everyone's parlays. They needed Saquon touchdown. That's all they had left as well.
That's all they had left, and then everything crumbled into
And then-
pieces
yep.
right away. And I'm like, thank you, Saquon. It's amazing.
But the Eagles need to clean up. This was not a good game by them on offense. Defense, yeah, they held the Packers down to 10 points. But now they're going to play against either the Rams or the Vikings, who have very explosive offenses on both sides. Very good defense on the Vikings. Rams defense is a little shaky, but
Great offense.
if it's Vikings and Eagles, I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm taking whatever team over the Eagles.
But
Honestly,
we'll get to that right now at the end of this. And then last game of the night, Commanders versus the Buccaneers.
My favorite rookie.
Upset City. 23-10, Commanders came out on top.
Yep.
Did you guys watch this game or no? I didn't watch this
yeah,
game.
I watched it.
I watched it.
It was the best game.
Yeah.
Even still.
Honestly, it was the best
I fell
game,
asleep, to be honest.
No, I
You fell
really,
asleep watching it.
Yeah, I had it on. It was at 8. They said I knocked out.
I think you didn't sleep enough last night, honestly.
Probably.
Because it was a great game. And Jaden Daniels showed what he should be the rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year continues to shine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I had in my notes.
Ah, that sucks.
268 yards, 2 touchdowns for Daniels. I think it was one of Baker's worst performances all season.
Definitely.
We had high hopes for him and the Bucks. 250 yards, 2-3 touchdowns, blah blah blah. They looked awful yesterday.
Yeah.
What do you have?
There was a lot of mistakes on the Bucks.
Yeah.
They were I can't remember if it was like 4th and goal, 3rd and goal, or whatever, and the snap just where was the communication there,
Mhm.
and they lost it. I don't know if you remember that they were so close to making a touchdown, and then after that they lost the drive.
Yeah.
They had like 2 or 3 of those 3-4 opportunities that they were very close to make something, and there was something that it was missing, and they couldn't accomplish. It
What
was the
suck-
accomplishment.
What sucks though, after this game, I am now seeing Jaden Daniels as a threat, especially coming into the next year, regular season. I'm like, this guy has multiple last drive wins
Yeah.
where he comes in clutch, and I'm like, oh,
The same way he did to Philly at the end of the season.
Yeah,
if you remember
Philly,
that
the
game.
Dallas.
Dallas,
Phillies, Dallas.
Bucks, 4 games.
The Bears that was our fault.
Shout
That was our fault.
out to Tyreek Stevenson.
Always your
Tyreek
fault,
Stevenson.
guys.
It's always our fault. But yeah, he's gonna be a big name in the NFC.
Yeah.
I, that's and honestly, I'm kind of like, can he take on the Lions? That's what I'm thinking.
No.
Like, we'll see. We'll see.
No.
I'm actually kind of
What?
having some.
You know what? I agree with you because I have a question. How many injuries does the Lions have in defense?
I'm not sure. I can't count, but I know a lot.
I know their defense has a lot of injuries right now. So in
Right.
that take, I mean, can he actually? Because as far as I know, Lions have a lot of like probably they're all on, but they're very unhealthy right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine Washington taking down the Lions?
That'd be crazy.
Upset of the year.
That's an upset of the year.
Upset of the decade, bro. To be honest. All right, so Commanders take down the Bucks. Now we got again Lions and Commanders, Texans, Chiefs, Bills and Ravens, and then we are just waiting for tonight's winner of the Rams and Vikings to take on the Eagles.
Vikings,
So hot take, real quick: Texans versus Chiefs. What's going on here?
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I'm gonna say Chiefs. Yeah.
My heart's with the Texans, of course.
Of course.
But I mean, you
Respectful.
just can't bet against Mahomes in this game.
It's a thing, yeah.
In this game, betting against Mahomes is betting against everything. You know, like
Going on Arrowhead,
it's an arrowhead. It's
not healthy, fully.
the Texans,
I mean,
The refs are on the Chiefs side.
But do you expect maybe CJ Stroud having like a decent game?
I think he's gonna have one of the best
Why
games
not?
he's had in a
Yeah.
while. I think for this season, he's gonna have one of the best games. He is due, only because was it the Christmas game? Or was it the Saturday before when they played? I think it was the Christmas game. He looked awful, right? No.
It was the game.
Was
The
it
game
Christmas?
against the Ravens.
No, Texans and Chiefs. Was that Saturday or
Oh.
Christmas? I think it was the Saturday before.
Hold on, I'll confirm it right now.
I forget what they played for Christmas.
While he checks that up, we can.
So anyways, I think he had an okay game against them in the regular season. And I think they lost by 10. It was like 17-27.
Yeah, it was 27 and 19.
19, okay.
And it was, it says the dates.
Right here. The game
Oh,
before Christmas,
Yeah, game before December 21st.
December 21st.
All right,
4:39
let me
PM.
restart. Let me
That was
restart.
Sunday before Christmas. Sunday
right.
or Saturday.
So Texans against the Chiefs. I mean, it's kind of hard to bet against the Chiefs, right? It's hard to bet against Mahomes when they have the refs on their side. You have one of the best quarterbacks that we've witnessed besides Tom Brady.
And I
Um,
mean, the only guy that he was able to beat him was Josh Allen.
Yep. Now, this Texans team yesterday showed me that defense can handle this Chiefs offense, right? Not all the way, but I think they will definitely put up a fight, and it's going to be a tight game. The spread is +7 right now, +7.5, and I'm saying they're going to cover that +7.5.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, I'm looking at the last game. You know, Tank Dell played a major role. 6 receiving, 98 yards.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately Tank Dell won't be playing, but also, you know, the Chiefs had what, like this 2 weeks off,
Like 25 days to relax, bro.
You know, I don't know if that's gonna be. I don't know
I
if that's
think-
gonna help them. I don't know if that's gonna maybe
Yeah.
backfire.
I see it as in
That
like
could be
going,
a backfire.
I see it going like in the college playoffs. You know how all those teams had the first week bye, and they all lost. Like they all had that extra
Right.
week off. While the other teams who played got those extra reps in, and they took down these
Right.
first 4 seeds or whatever.
because they lose the rhythm.
Yep, they lose the rhythm. They had lost the flow. They didn't take no hard hits.
They have no pace. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I have been disconnected of these for like 2 weeks."
Yeah.
I mean, and
So-
it could happen. I mean,
so-
it could be shaky. It could be
It's
very
gonna
shaky.
be shaky. I think the Chiefs still come out on top. I want the Texans to win for the sake of I never care for the Chiefs, but I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
I'm gonna be with you. I'm gonna go for the Chiefs as well. I mean, what am I saying? I'm gonna go for the Texans.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
rooting
go,
for the
I'm
Texans.
gonna go Texans, even though let's be realistic, it's the Chiefs. But
We just have to understand that there's a minimum of possibility. Yes, it could have happened. Who knows?
can they upset twice in 2 weeks in a row? We'll find out.
Tough.
All right. Now I think, like we said, best game of the playoffs, in my opinion. I think we can all agree on it. Bills versus the Ravens. MVP versus MVP. Top 1 and 2. Who do you guys got?
That's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
Damn.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I had to go with my heart. I love Josh Allen. I cannot say no to Josh Allen right now. I don't care MVP, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, anything. I am going straight up for Josh Allen and the Bills.
I'm also gonna go with the Bills.
Okay,
I'm taking Josh Allen. I'm taking the MVP season that he's had. Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, Derrick Henry. I get that. But Josh Allen just looked so freaking good on all season long.
And I want to take this second to ask a question. What else does Lamar Jackson need to win a Super Bowl? Because he has everything.
We talked about that yesterday. Yeah.
We talked about it yesterday.
He has everything. He has
everything.
tight ends, Likely and Mark Andrews. He's got good receivers. One of the best running backs in the game. What else?
So you're saying if he loses this game, the excuses go out the window.
There's no excuses.
Correct.
There's nothing-
There's
excuses.
nothing.
'Cause you're playing.
That's gonna show that he doesn't have the control under pressure.
Yep, because you're losing to Josh Allen, who has James Cook.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah, Keon Coleman, who's a good rookie, but again, he's not up there yet. Khalil Shakur has been decent. The Dalton Kincaid has been in and out. Dawson Knox in and out. Amari Cooper, Curtis Samuel, they've been there. But again, with this Bills team, it's very spread out, which is nice.
Right.
But we have no top dogs, no top guys who are
Right.
Yeah,
No high
you-
names right there.
Yeah, for
and
the
they
Ravens.
made it this far.
For the Ravens, you have Hill, Henry, Likely, Flowers, Bateman. I mean, you have
Harbaugh.
everything.
Harbaugh.
You have two
Good
of
coach.
everything. You have two good runners, two good wide receivers, two tight ends, good defense, good quarterback. You have every single piece to show that you're capable of winning something.
Right.
If you lose, I don't know how many times we can actually hold the conversation of
Yeah,
Lamar
they're like
Jackson.
the Lions of the AFC. They have good everything.
Yeah.
Well, what's your excuse?
Everything you name is exactly why they're going to win.
Yeah.
So that's why I have the Ravens over the Bills.
I don't know. Where are they playing?
They're playing in Buffalo.
Ooh,
Let's go! I'm so excited, bro. I'm so ready for this game.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's gonna be nice.
it's gonna it's a -1.5. So they
What time is the game?
5:30 on Sunday
5:30 on a Sunday.
On
It's,
Central Time or Eastern Time?
Central Time.
Okay.
And then 2 p.m. is the Eagles game.
Eagles and
And the winner of tonight.
the winner of tonight.
5:30 on a Sunday.
Super Bowl
That's
Sunday.
great
Super
timing.
Bowl
That's
Sunday.
a
Super
great
Bowl
timing.
Sunday.
That's Super Bowl Sunday for sure.
Okay.
Honestly, I think this game it's gonna be the best game of the season. Doesn't matter what's gonna happen with Super Bowl or other games. I think this is the game
Yeah.
for the season.
A lot on stake.
I'm
Lot of
about
stake.
to go buy a Josh Allen jersey today. Shit.
I'm already ordering. What are you talking about?
All right, and then
to my guy.
Commanders versus the Lions. Number 7 seed against number 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Washington takes it home, honestly. I would not be surprised.
Going back to what you said about the defense, the injuries will make a huge difference in this game. Because again, we had the Bucks going crazy against the Commanders. Like, oh, it's the rookie. It's their first year in a while. No, they came on and they won it. Then Lions have had the 25 days off, and this Commanders team just played this week. So
I think David Montgomery is going to be.
yeah, I heard he's back.
I think he might be
Again,
playing.
adding a crucial weapon on offense. But I would start Jahmyr Gibbs, dude. Jahmyr
I mean,
Gibbs.
David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm taking Gibbs.
Come on.
Gibbs. I mean, yeah, the only thing that I can see the Lions. I mean, Lions, great offense. Washington, decent defense here and there. Definitely a defense that has holes.
Yeah.
So I can see the Lions. It's going to be a high scoring game because also, Washington is a pretty big, has a pretty decent offense. Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels changes the game.
He does, and I root for them. I like the Lions. I like what they, I love the rebuild that has happened with Dan Campbell in this whole last 4 years. So I'm rooting for the Lions in this game. Shout out to Jaden Daniels though. I'm not a Commanders fan, so
I'm not a Commanders fan.
can't get behind him.
I can't. I just root for Caleb. I see Jaden Daniels as an enemy. That's why I wanted the Bucks to win. I wanted Baker Mayfield to do his thing, and he just flopped.
He flopped, bro.
He absolutely flopped. I don't want to hear it anymore about Jaden Daniels.
Well, honestly, I actually enjoy watching both of them, Baker
Yeah.
and Jaden, since the beginning of the season when we had this talk about the top 5 quarterbacks on one of our episodes. My first thing was I put Jaden Daniels as a top 5 because I had to put a rookie in there, and I felt at the moment that he had the quality to be part of that top 5, and hey, he has showed up that he actually has it.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost respect for Washington since they changed their name from Redskins to Commanders, honestly. But besides that, I really think Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback. He has all the tools to be more dangerous in the future.
Oh yeah.
I think
100%.
his run is finished against Detroit because Detroit is basically perfect on every aspect. But I mean, injuries can make a difference.
Mhm.
But in that matter, I don't see Washington going anywhere longer than these. So Detroit all the way
Shout out
out.
to the Commanders. They made it this far. They'll be back.
Appreciate you guys.
They'll be back.
Another team that will be back.
Yeah, we
that-
got the
Thank you for
Broncos.
showing up.
Broncos and the Commanders.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got Eagles against tonight's winner, Vikings or Lions. I had the Rams last week, right?
You,
I had
you
the
always
Rams.
had the Rams. Yes,
I
sir.
had the Rams. You had the Rams.
Yeah, I still have the Rams. I'm
You
still.
had the Vikings.
I have the Vikings. I think JJ is gonna show up today. Honestly, Minnesota has to. LA Rams has showed up that they have all the tools to be a good organization. They've been a recent Super Bowl champ, but Minnesota hasn't showed that yet. Minnesota hasn't showed nothing. They haven't had like a good season where you could see like they could go all the way or like very far into the playoffs. So this is the season where they have very nice pieces like Van Ginkel, like Justin Jefferson. I mean, Sam Darnold is not. I mean, probably the eighth great thing in the world or something like that as a quarterback, but he has showed that he has, be a pocket passer, very nice, give you a couple good things every game. So I don't see why Vikings could not be a nice contender for this game tonight.
I just think about, do we trust Sam Darnold or Matthew Stafford?
I don't know about that. Interesting conversation.
That's what holds me back. Like, I mean, Sam Darnold's had a great year for what he's done this season, but this is his first season doing something.
I'm such a coach guy. This is a Sean McVay.
There you go again with the
I'm a coach guy. It's a coaching game. This is Sean McVay versus Jesus Christ. You're
If
gonna have
that
to
was the
cut
case, the Packers should have won last night.
Yep.
That's true. But that whole thing, it was in shambles. Like, you saw Matt LaFleur screaming at,
Yep.
He was done.
Yeah, LaFleur was like, you know what, guys?
We'll get it. We'll get it again next
But
year.
it's Kevin O'Connell versus Sean McVay today. I think I trust Matthew Stafford because Sam Darnold. I mean, the last two games he's been looking a little off. Like against that Lions game, like 9 points, 31 to 9. That offense.
Nothing.
What's going on there? And then obviously, if we go a little bit, a couple weeks back, just barely squeaked by against the Packers. Same thing with the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
What about the game before that?
It's the Bears. It's the Bears. The Bears are
The Bears are the Bears.
The Bears are the Bears are crumbling. They crumble. But this is a coaching game to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see who coaches which quarterback better. Because
Coming out on top.
this is the Viking statement. If they win this, then everything that was talked about them during the regular season is true.
Yep.
But it all depends on how the game goes. But
Yeah.
I go for the LA Rams. LA Rams, we had them pretty high in the beginning of the season.
We did.
And now that everyone's healthy, this is their time. I wonder who's going to drop. There's going to be a receiver that's going to drop the ball in a crucial moment. That's all I've been seeing this whole.
Cooper Cup. No, you know what? I feel like everyone's had Cooper Cup down this past 3-4 games. He's been not doing that great. I think he's gonna go off tonight. I think today's gonna be a Cooper Cup game.
He's not my Triple Crown guy anymore.
Oh, of course not. But I mean, as far as this game goes, he's been complete useless. He's been useless the last few games. I think this game he shows up.
Yeah, look at the last time the Vikings faced the Rams, they lost 30-20.
How are these stats for that game?
Let's see. Nakua 106 yards. Jefferson 115 yards. Jones 58 yards. Williams 97 yards. Darnold with 2 touchdowns. Stafford with 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Yeah, this looks like I'm still keeping.
This is gonna be a fun game.
It's gonna be a fun
It's
game.
gonna be
to
a really
watch.
nice.
It's a
and fun
50-50 game. At the end of the day, it's a 50-50. This game can go either way. I think there's no favorite in this game.
Yeah.
To me, it's a -110, -110.
You think Dan Campbell's like, damn, where's Kevin O'Connell? He's like, I'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks, so they're waiting for that.
They're waiting for them.
I think it's gonna be another Detroit, Minnesota game.
That'd be
Honestly,
nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Rematch,
another
and
one.
Then the Vikings take them down.
I don't know about that, but I hope it's gonna be better than the regular season game.
Yeah, 31
Because
to
30
9.
to 9 was like what? No, that wasn't fun at all.
That was boring. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very boring.
asleep.
I mean, that was expected because we're talking about the best team in the NFL. We have to give it to Detroit. Detroit is probably by season the best team in the NFL. So we thought that something like that could have happened. But if we're gonna have a division final game between these guys, come on, give some sauce.
Yeah.
Put some salt and
sauce.
pepper on it. Spice it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Make it worth it.
All right, so that ends wild card weekend talk. We totally passed on college football talk. Let's break it down real quick. Penn State against Notre Dame. Notre Dame with a huge dub against Penn State's defense, man. 27-24, Notre Dame beats Penn State. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it was kind of unexpected because when I started watching the game, honestly, I saw how the defense of Penn State was very powerful, very stable. They were definitely all over Notre Dame's offense. Definitely, this guy Abdul, that is supposed to be the number 2 for the draft, or is put it over there, the prospect number 2 for the
Yeah, he's going to be a
NFL
high
draft.
pick for sure.
Definitely a high pick. That guy was crazy. I never seen so much power like that before into a college game. Definitely, I was like, Penn State is gonna go over. They're gonna blow it. This defense is like, I don't see how Notre Dame is gonna get over these.
Yeah, first half again to me was what I expected from Penn State. Right, they shut down Notre Dame. It was 10-3, and it felt like it was gonna be a low scoring game. You know, like I knew Penn State's defense was tough. Again, Abdul Carter was doing exactly what he does best. But second half, both teams came to life. Right, high scoring, 24-27.
Covering the over.
Covering the over. Penn State's run game, though, was the only thing keeping them alive. If you guys noticed, Drew Aller only had 135 yards in the air. That was terrible. It was super low. But Notre Dame came back, tied the game up with 4 minutes left, right? 24-24. And this is where I think Ralph had texted me, like, what is going on with this game? Why are you throwing the ball with so much time left? You know,
I
like,
know that
run the
interception.
ball. Run the ball. Instead, they threw a touchdown or interception. And that just seals the deal for Notre Dame with a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, that killed it for them.
They just ruined it. That's it. It's
That
over.
killed it for them. I mean, they had it in the bag.
They had it.
They had it so close. And then I think he just got nervous.
Had to be.
It had to be the nerves, because if not, he was going to get sacked. You know, but I'm just run the ball. I don't know, but honestly, I still favor Ohio over this
Hold on,
Notre Dame
you're
team.
getting too far. You're getting too far.
Oh, I'm getting out of here. Okay.
I mean, it's not like he's getting far. Honestly, I mean, we're gonna get through a point where this has to be an option.
Yeah.
And we're all gonna understand that. I mean, Notre Dame, thank you very much. It was a great game against Penn State, because I didn't really expect the Notre Dame to win after see how the game started. But then, as you said, on the second half, they definitely, I don't know. It's like the same thing. They had a conversation in there that I didn't know what it was, but it definitely turned them on. I don't know, they took a couple Gatorades, they hydrated themselves, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, something Pedialyte, anything. Somebody had a hangover and then he woke up, so he felt better after. And they definitely showed that they had the capacity to get this game. And they definitely did it. I mean, Notre Dame actually had a great game. Shout out to them, because there was some. I almost stopped watching that game at the first half
So same
after seeing.
I was like, bro, 10-3, I'm bored, bro. It's my mom's birthday. I'm bored.
Yeah, and I mean, if you see it, it's just one. It's a one possession game. It was one touchdown.
Yep.
But the defense of Penn State looked so good, so powerful, that it was like,
Yeah. Notre Dame advances to the championship for the first time in a long time. Now we had Ohio State against the University of Texas, with my boys coming out with a dub, 28-14. Let's go. We there. We ready. We're gonna take on Notre Dame in the national championship. But let's break this game down real quick. Ohio State's rushing game was on fire. Henderson and Quishon Judkins did their thing. Will Howard did his thing. We just stopped Ewers in that offense.
Yeah, they got outclassed. Just simply outclassed.
yeah.
You know, it started off tight, 7-0. All right, 7-0, cool. Ohio State started off strong right away. Then it goes 7-7. We're like, damn, here it comes. Then boom, right before halftime, that 75-yard catch by Henderson. It's a deal at 14-7, bro.
That was a deal breaker on that game.
That was hype, man.
That always sucks, is just getting scored on right before halftime.
Yeah. You lose. You're like, damn.
No, right after, before you score.
Yeah,
like,
you just scored right now.
Texas just scored. They tied the game. And then I'm like, yeah. And then 1 minute after, Jose's like, fuck you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Look over there. I'm like, 75 reception. I'm like, you know what? I think this is going to be an actual message of what
this guy goes to me when they scored 7-7. He goes, bah, shoots me with an arrow. I'm like, right back with 30 seconds.
30 seconds after, he's like, you know what? Fuck you, Queen Errors.
No, Ohio State's defense in the red zone, they looked good. They stopped them. They were dangerous. I mean, they were a wall.
Yeah, and Ohio State defense on the red zone was unstoppable. I mean, Texas was there a couple times. They couldn't accomplish anything. It was like Yeah, they were there. I mean, they showed they were over. Like their power game, their defense. It
Yeah.
was something out of Texas control at all. They never had a
And
chance.
Ewers had that interception that kind of changed things again. And then my favorite part of the game was that Jack Sawyer fumble in the red zone, 14-21. Texas was there to tie it. It was going to be 21-21. We had a whole different ball game.
Mhm.
You know, Jack Sawyer comes in, fumbles, sacks Ewers, fumbles the ball, and does a touchdown, bro. That shit was crazy.
You were working the whole game?
Yeah, I was working the whole game. Yeah,
But we were looking more at the game than we were actually working.
I wasn't even working. I was just.
I was like, no, don't let that happen. I'm
And
like, ugh.
The best part was one, he was a Texas fan,
Yeah.
and there was a bunch of people in front of me in the bar.
Yeah.
Texas fan, Texas fan, Texas fan. I'm the only Ohio State fan. Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna lose. I'm like, bro, it's 7-0, bro. Come on, what's going on? Then
Wait,
they
you had
tapped
your jersey on?
No, you couldn't wear jerseys.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, not for college.
not for
games.
college.
You can do it on
NFL.
NFL.
But yeah, everyone was just talking shit. We had the spread. I'm like, bro, take the -5 now. You know, so I was happy. I didn't bet on the game because to me, I was nervous. It was a 50-50. I won the Notre Dame already. I was like, you know what? Let me just chill. But shout out to my boys, the Buckeyes. We're back in the national championship.
It's for the program.
It's for the program. It's
For
for
the
Ryan
program.
Day. Well, speaking of the program, real quick, Jeremiah Smith, we forgot about him. He was nowhere to be found. He was covered. You know, but thankfully the Ohio State has so many weapons. You know, so many dangerous parts and pieces to this team.
Yeah, he wasn't the only option.
So he was not the only option. Shout out to the Texans team for covering him. You know, they locked him out.
So
Yeah.
this brings a really nice question. It's Notre Dame capable of stopping Jeremiah Smith? Because he's not gonna have 2 bad games in a row.
No, he's gonna go off 100 yards guaranteed.
100 yards.
I don't know about 187, but 100
Yeah,
yards.
Notre Dame they just have to bump up that defense
Yeah.
for Ohio. You know, they defense, because that's ultimately what's gonna change the game for
Yeah.
Notre
And
Dame.
then we saw defense win the championships. And look at last week or this game. You know, the defense came up interception and a fumble touchdown. Like that's you know huge. That's crucial.
Right.
Amazing. But Notre Dame against Ohio State, I'm kind of scared for this game. Like, yeah, it's Ohio State should be a free dub right away, but Notre Dame is no joke. They proved themselves in the last 2 games.
Yeah, a little
Georgia
lu- yeah, a
against
little
Penn
lucky.
State.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I
I
see
mean-
it being a closer game than this one for sure.
Yeah, they got over Penn State defense. We're gonna have to talk about that every single time because that was impressive.
That's true.
And Ohio State is gonna definitely have. I don't think it's gonna be a tough game for them, but they need to be careful because Notre Dame's offense is no joke.
Yeah, though they're good.
Either.
They could move the ball. They can run the ball. But can they stop Ohio State's offense? You know what I mean? Like that's if
That's
you
the
can,
most
you can
important
keep up with that
question,
offense, you're in the game. But as soon as they get 2 touchdowns up, you're done.
And Ohio State defense, it's powerful,
They're
especially
powerful.
in the red zone. On the red zone, they're capable of stopping you.
Yeah.
When you are over there between that 20-0, 20-0, right here, that's best Ohio State game.
Yep, that's the best way to
Like,
play.
You can do anything from these 100 to 20. You can throw a freaking Hail Mary over here. Boom. But as soon as you get into this zone, Ohio State is a different team.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's what I saw.
yeah, we got a great red zone defense. But I'm taking Ohio State. You know, riding with my guys till the end. Let's get it. It's for the program.
It's for the program.
Or the program.
Let's go, Big
Freaking
10
program.
for the Big 10.
Fuck the program.
Oh shit! Breaking news: Mike McCarthy
Mike McCarthy, it's out.
fired. He's
Was he fired?
I don't know what it is. It says Mike McCarthy is out from head coach of the Cowboys.
Yeah, supposedly it was a sided conversation. He was fired.
He was fired.
He got fired. Come on.
What does that mean for him? Is he gonna be a Bear?
Bears coach.
Oh my God! If he's a bear, bro, Bears, they've interviewed 18 candidates.
God damn.
18 candidates. I probably would have gotten an interview if I applied. That's what I'm
It was
thinking.
that Indeed, bro.
It was on Indeed. I probably.
Well, you didn't do it, bro. You had the capacity.
I have the capacity, at least an OC. But here's the thing: Mike Vrabel already went to the Pats. You know,
Yeah.
it was a sure
Shout
deal.
out to my guy.
But that just shows we got to move quick.
Now, like
we got to move quick right now. We got to get Ben Johnson. But if we, the Bears might even because they requested to interview McCarthy. Do you think he'll like? Hey, I kind of want to.
The thing
Yeah.
is, the conversation got denied by Dallas.
Yeah.
Right.
So now they both part ways. So I think this is your new head coach,
That
my
door's
friend.
wide open.
I feel like if all the options are gone, this is him. It's gonna be him. I mean, you know, he's a proven coach. You know,
Yeah.
he won a Super Bowl. He has playoff experience.
He knows the NFC.
He
North.
knows the NFC.
He knows your division already. So.
Yeah, he knows the NFC. But I don't know if I want him. I don't know if I want him.
I wouldn't want him.
I
So
wouldn't-
if Ben Johnson,
yeah, you're
is
right.
out,
I would not want him either.
if Ben Johnson's out, who do you want?
Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that because he's doing great at Washington.
Yeah, he is.
He does take a dip in the middle of the season, but he does go back up.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see.
But I still keep seeing Eberflus is gonna be my DC. Bro.
He's gonna be your DC. You know what? I'm not mad about it.
We don't want to get worse, bro.
Listen, the Bears defense did digress after he left.
That is true.
You know, he made a decent defense, although we did progress when he was a head coach. Our defense did go down.
Yeah.
But when he left, it really went down. I think he's gonna do well for your organization.
But then I'm playing with
As
Joe,
a
I'm playing
defensive
with
coordinator.
Joey B. You know what? I gotta have the best defense out
Well,
there.
you know,
man.
but you guys need to spend some money and getting a couple pieces on that defense.
Not being a Bears fan, I was like, man,
I get it. Well, he's your problem now.
right?
He's your problem.
That's your
now.
issues right now.
Shit.
None of my problem.
Shit.
Yeah, deal with it. Deal with
Yeah.
it, brother.
I just know next year we're gonna go farther than we did this year.
And just to give it a quick note, now that Carson Beck is going to Miami,
Ooh, yeah.
Carson Beck. That's so funny.
and he's gonna get paid more than 5 quarterbacks in the league in the,
Yeah,
in
that
the
shit's
actual
nuts.
NFL.
It would have been the same thing. I would have, you know what? To play college ball, one more year, shine, make this money.
I think it's
Okay.
better to spend another year in college
Yeah.
because Jane Daniels, Bo Nix, they have more college experience than Caleb Williams, and that really came in clutch in this season. You know,
Oh yeah. Last thing I want to touch before we end this episode. I mean, I know you want to bring it in. I don't really want to talk about it, but your
Go ahead.
guys, Barcelona smacked Real Madrid yesterday,
They destroyed him.
5-2.
That's all they destroyed him yesterday.
5-2
5-2,
in the
that's crazy.
Super Cup.
In the Spain Super Cup final.
So what happened, bro? Let's break it down for us.
I mean, it was very easy at the beginning. You guys thought you had a chance when Mbappe actually scored, but then after that, Barcelona took the ball into them. They actually had the control of the whole game. Lamine Yamal came to stride up first. He completely destroyed the defense. Like Tchouaméni and Rudiger looked like nothing over there.
Literally nothing.
I mean, Tchouaméni he was 2 seconds away of getting his ankles broken. Then after that penalty, it was a clear penalty. Lewandowski scored clear.
Yep.
Thibaut Courtois had a chance to stop it, but it couldn't happen. I mean, Lewandowski was great. That pass for Rafinha was beautiful. Rafinha make a clear head in there. Then, I mean, I didn't understood why so many minutes extra on the first half.
Yeah.
Like 9 minutes was way too much, but Barcelona made the way. I mean, Alejandro Valde had the fourth goal into him. He made it all the way together with Rafinha. And this is what we're talking about. The MVP of the game, Rafinha, 2 goals, 1 assist. It was awesome. Like, and then 2 minutes after the second half start,
Goal.
another goal. I mean, Barcelona just had it all the way. I think you guys should be appreciated that Szczesny got that red card. Because if Szczesny didn't get a red card and Barcelona stayed with 11 the whole game, we're going to be talking about at least 8. At least 8.
8-1.
At least 8-1. Yeah.
It's funny because the coach, Ancelotti, he's like, I thought when they got the red card, we were going to come back. It's like, bro, you're down 2-5, bro.
No, I mean,
Relax.
that goal from Rodrigo should give you guys more like expectations.
More motivation.
Yeah,
for
more
that, bro. We're only
motivation,
down
but
3.
it didn't happen. And Barcelona made the right swaps. They make the right changes. They knew who to take out,
Yeah.
who to take care of. They took Lamine out because he came from an injury also.
Yeah.
So you need to take care of this guy because this guy's not even developed. He's 17 years old. He's still a young guy. He's not physically fully developed. So you don't need him to have that many injuries at the moment.
What's crazy about me about soccer is like, it's so much harder to come back in soccer than it is any other sport, right? We've seen football down 33-0, they come back 28-3. Brady came back. You know, basketball you could be down 20 and you're back in the game,
Right.
You know, soccer it's hard to come back.
It's tough.
you know?
It's tough to come back from 2-0.
Even 2-0. You know, to win
2-0
3-2,
But
it's tough.
you can learn that in soccer, the 2-0 is the fakest score you can have.
Oh yeah,
Because it's the easiest score to come back from.
that is true.
Honestly, on soccer, the 2-0, like don't trust it because
you hit
that's
two.
my
You hit 2-1. You're right back in that game.
Yeah, you're
right?
right back in the game. You have the energy, you have the pace, you have the rhythm. Make it happen.
2-2.
But in a game like this, Real Madrid had chances. They had to take advantage of that red card. They didn't because they have the pieces to make it happen.
Yeah.
You have four of the best players you can have. How you don't make things happen? That's because your main game, which is important for you in your midfield, in the back, you don't have anything. You don't have nothing creative. The minute you lost Cruz, the minute you lost Tony Cruz,
lost the midfield.
you lost everything because Real Madrid didn't focus, and this is the problem. A lot of people don't see how bad this is going to be for Real Madrid in the future, but they're not spending money. They're not spending money on players. Most of their
And
players.
that's what they used to do.
That's what they have to do because what they're doing right now, they're just signing free agents.
Yeah.
A lot of Real Madrid has spent probably 100 million in the last 6 seasons, maybe since they haven't spent hard money since they spent 100 million on Hazard.
Yeah.
They haven't spent hard money like that at all. But 5-2, brother.
Yeah, we got smacked. Bro.
Yeah, you got smacked.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you can comment, like, share, subscribe, all that
Smack
fun
that
stuff.
button.
Don't forget this weekend to put the game on.
Yes.
See you guys next week.
See you guys next week.